requirement, not necessarily a gimmick, but something that will just draw the attention to, what you have. I'm going to give you a quick scenario. I tell us all the time, so I'm not really good at any trade secrets. When I first started designing a line, I looked around. I'm actually what you call I'm an expert colorist. So when you go to a store and you walk in and you pay your eyes scan through retail or through everything you want to buy, the first you won't see what it is first. You're going to see the color. So the color has to draw you to seeing it. Once you get up to it, then you're going to analyze and see the logo and see whatever it is, and then you may want to buy it only because it's whatever, Gucci or Prada or whatever brand you really like. But what we did, we went one step beyond that. What I did was I looked for colors like this. You have Pepsi, I think, out there. So I would use Pepsi Blue as the color. Now, why would I use Pepsi Blue as the color? Why? Because for some reason, for 23 million years, you grew up looking at that color. And that color, out of my partners, there's three others, Carl, Keith, Damon. I'm the only one that went to school.
Right.
And in respect to that, they always say, oh, well, I have to go to school, whatever. Why? Because you had Jay that did. Now, let me tell you a story real quick. We would get sued. We got sued, I don't know how many times, because someone would turn around and say, oh, we created the word food, or we created the name food, or we created that our, right? But because I went to school, I learned that you have to get a trademark. Mm-hmm. And when I learned that you had to get a trademark, I filed it for everything that I could file it for. Oh. Everything from sneakers to flip-flops to hats to wallets to everything I could think of. And because I had went to school, I knew that's what I needed to do. But if I didn't go to school, we wouldn't have this trademark, because as soon as we started getting moving and got someone to come in and be our big distributor, somebody started to sue us, and they would have won if I didn't do that. So again, I reiterate, school is very, very, very important. I understand a lot of critics say now, well, what's the use? And I don't. One, you just have to figure out. I think the most important is figuring out what you want to do early and sticking to it. And then,
Dr. Wilburn, I'm the professor here tonight.
Yeah.
It's really, when you have people like you who come out and do a wonderful job, and for years and years and years able to stay relevant, it's difficult for people like me in education to say, even in the high schools, when I go around and talk to the high school kids, say stay in school, get your education, that sort of thing. So what do you say about